Imagine waiting 4 years for something. Not 4 days, not 4 weeks, 4 entire years. And then suddenly, it's finally here. The schedules are checked, group chats become active again, plans start changing, sleep schedules stop making sense, some people take time off work, some stay awake until sunrise, some travel across countries, and some turn their living rooms into mini stadiums. To people who don't follow football, this can seem completely irrational. But for millions of fans around the World Cup isn't just a tournament. It's an event they emotionally live through. A month where ordinary life temporarily moves to the background and football becomes the center of everything. The interesting thing is that most World Cup fans aren't excited only because of the matches. They're excited because of what the tournament represents. Unlike league football, which returns every season, the World Cup feels rare. Scarcity changes how the brain values experiences. When something only comes around once every 4 years, every match feels bigger. Every goal feels more important. Every moment feels like it matters. Psychologically, rarity creates emotional intensity. The brain treats rare opportunities differently from ordinary ones. That's why fans often describe the World Cup as feeling magical compared to regular football competitions. For many people, the excitement begins long before the first match. The draw, the predictions, the debates, the squad announcements, the countdown. Weeks before kickoff, the brain is already building anticipation. And anticipation itself is one of the most powerful psychological experiences humans can have. Studies show that people often enjoy looking forward to an event almost as much as the event itself. The imagination starts filling in possibilities. Fans imagine dramatic goals, historic moments, surprise winners, and unforgettable celebrations. In a way, the World Cup begins inside the mind long before it begins on the pitch. Then the tournament finally starts and something unusual happens. Entire daily routines begin revolving around match schedules. Meals are adjusted, sleep is delayed, social plans are reorganized. People who normally don't care about staying home suddenly refuse invitations because there's a match they can't miss. Friends gather together, food is prepared, screens are tested, messages flood group chats. The atmosphere starts resembling a holiday or a festival more than a sporting event. That's because humans naturally seek collective experiences. We enjoy feeling connected to something larger than ourselves. The World Cup provides exactly that. One of the strongest psychological forces involved is identity. When people support a national team, they're not just supporting 11 players, they're supporting a symbol. The team becomes a representation of culture, history, language, family traditions, and personal memories. Victories feel personal. Defeats feel personal. A goal scored thousands of miles away can instantly change the mood of millions of people watching from home. Logically, it shouldn't matter that much. Emotionally, it matters enormously because identity transforms an external event into a personal experience. This is why fans often celebrate goals as if they happened to them. They jump, they scream, they hug strangers. Their heart rate rises, their adrenaline surges. Their emotions become completely genuine. The brain doesn't always separate symbolic victories from personal ones. When people strongly identify with a group, the group's success feels like their success. For a few seconds after a goal, millions of people experience the exact same emotional explosion at the same time. The World Cup also creates something modern life rarely provides: shared moments. In today's world, people watch different shows, follow different interests, and live in separate digital bubbles. But during the World Cup, entire cities stop to watch the same event. Families gather together, friends meet again. For many fans, some of their strongest childhood memories are connected to World Cups. They remember where they watched certain matches, who they watched with, the celebrations, the heartbreaks, the famous goals, the dramatic penalties. Every new tournament reconnects them to those memories. Psychologists call this nostalgia, and nostalgia is one of the strongest emotional experiences humans can feel. The World Cup doesn't just bring excitement about the future, it reconnects people with meaningful parts of their past. Another reason the tournament feels special is uncertainty. Nobody truly knows what's going to happen. A giant team can lose. An underdog can become a national hero overnight. One moment can change an entire country's mood. Humans are naturally attracted to unpredictable stories. We love suspense. We love possibility. We love moments that feel larger than life. The World Cup delivers those moments again and again. But perhaps the most fascinating thing is that fans understand the tournaments will end, the celebrations will stop, the stadiums will empty, the schedules will return to normal. Daily life will continue. Maybe that's exactly why people cherish it so much. Knowing something is temporary makes it feel more valuable. Every match feels precious because everyone knows the countdown has already begun. And when the final whistle of the final match eventually arrives, many fans experience a strange feeling. It's not sadness exactly, it's more like the end of a journey. For weeks, they lived inside a shared story with millions of people around the world. Every match felt important. Every day brought something new. And suddenly, it's over. That's why people who love the World Cup aren't simply obsessed with football. They're chasing anticipation, identity, community, nostalgia, uncertainty, and emotion all at the same time. The tournament becomes much more than a competition. It becomes an experience that connects people to memories, to friends, to family, and to something bigger than themselves. And now I'm curious, what's your strongest World Cup memory? Let me know in the comments.